Chainsaw Man. The reason I wait like that is because like I have no idea when it actually starts recording, but on my end, when I push start recording, it like
got that
freezes
3-second
for
delay.
a second. Yeah, so I'm like, so hopefully it got your little mini Chainsaw Man.
Oh.
Wow. Vex,
This happened.
I was gonna say I'm gonna let you start and then let you talk for about 3 seconds before interrupting you. So go ahead. I'm just kidding. Go.
That's just normal, Red.
Yeah, I gotta keep the energy up. All right. We can't all fucking. Anyway,
the thing that really got me here is the single page, like 6-7 here, on Viz. You're sorry that you were seen.
Yes.
She's not remorseful at all for killing it.
Based.
She's sorry that she got caught.
Bro, I'm so happy that you came to that part because that's also that I screamed at that because I'll be honest, and like I don't know, I'm genuinely curious. So put it in the comments. Are there Bucky sympathizers in chat right now? Are there Bucky sympathizers out there? Genuinely, because like I'll be honest, that first chapter, I was like, I hate this thing. I was 100% with the main character. I was like, I want this thing to die, and I hate it. So like, it was so good because like following that first chapter, following the kind of narrative where they're like, we're gonna kill this thing in 2 weeks, and I'm like, oh, so I'm with her. I'm like, thank God they're gonna kill this thing, and then they're like, nope, we're not gonna kill this thing, and I'm like, oh no, we have to deal with this stupid fucking thing, and then it does die, and I was like, yes, secretly, yes. So I love that about her. Like this immediately humanizes her to me because she's not one of those like hippy dippy shonen protagonists like, oh, I'm so sad for killing. Like, no, she was like, I wanted this thing to die. Plus, it's a devil, and like, why are we? Even if it's like a nice devil, I can totally understand that humans being like, fuck all devils, especially as we'll see with her backstory here. Another devil's killed my parents, which statistically is likely given the what was it like 7 out of every 20 or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
But maybe a little bit her fault. We will get into that. But yes, I also really enjoy that line because it just humanizes the shit out of her. And I also like what the sorry, I'm a touch sick, by the way, and so is Vex. I also really like what the War Devil is doing here. Where they're like, remind me, what was the nickname she gave to the War Devil again?
Yoru?
Is it Yoru? Okay.
Yeah.
I think I like War Devil better. So War Devil, I really enjoy. One day, I like it better because I haven't memorized it yet. One day I'll remember. I really like what the War Devil does here because, at least my interpretation of what she's doing here, because she's like, oh, kill her and turn her into a weapon. And she's like, no, I can't. And I think, because at first I was reading this and I was trying to like connect, because we go from kill Yuko to turn into a weapon, and then she's like, don't worry, you are me, so I know you aren't sorry. And I was like, how does that connect? But then I thought about it. I think what the War Devil's trying to do is say, this friendship you have with her is built on lies. If she knew how remorseless you were about because even this blonde girl probably was like a big fan of Bucky. The whole school seemed to like Bucky for some reason. Mm-hmm. So I think what War Devil's trying to say is like, you think you have this fucking sweet friendship with her, but it's built on lies. She doesn't know the real you inside. I do. This friendship's built on nothing. Like, if she knew how heartless you really were, she wouldn't be friends with you. She'd think you were a monster. So just fucking kill her and get it over with, because one day she'll find out. Love that like attempt at manipulation there from the War Devil.
Well, I mean, that's technically like one of the biggest parts of war. I love that they're actually putting a human face to that, like manipulating the populace here. Mm-hmm. Sorry to get all political.
What are you talking about, dude? At this point, there's no one left in our fucking audience that doesn't know how political we get. They'll be fine. I actually legit haven't seen a complaint about that in a while.
Oh, no. I'm just memeing it at this point.
Okay.
But no, like, I love that they're actually also showing how injured Yuko is here. Because you see on page 10, the, like, I don't know if it's like a claw from the Bat Devil or part of the building structure.
You can actually see that, go actually back to page 2 to 3.
2 to 3.
It's actually right there on the left side. You see it right there.
Oh, yeah. It looks like it's part of the structure.
I think it's rebar or something. Yeah. Like the old Edward Elric injury. I don't know if you remember that from Full Metal Alchemist when he falls and gets that shit like right through his fucking liver.
It's been so long since I watched Full Metal Alchemist. I need to actually go back and rewatch it.
That shit's good as fuck.
But yeah, like you see that sticking out of her looks a little smaller there than it did in that initial panel. Now that you pointed that back out to me,
yeah, I mean that's like right through her bone, like short.
Yeah,
like that's gonna be a tough one to like she'll be fine, like she should be all right, but in terms of like how that'll affect her like walking. I mean that's a couple months of recovery.
Yeah, at least.
She's probably going to be on crutches. She's probably going to be on crutches in school for a while.
Yeah. She'll get lots of sympathy and and a lot of that lovey-dovey action there too.
Bucky would have had such a clever pun about my injury. I miss him. It's like, yeah, me too. I really miss him.
Yay! But no, like that leads right into this like always tripping and falling at the most critical moment line.
Dude.
And
first of all, it feels like you're trying to rush through this. Just let it play out, baby. This is such a good moment, dude.
But I love this flashback, Red.
It's
I
so
love
good.
like you see how clumsiness really affects day-to-day life.
Well, hers specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I really enjoy already her character. Like this made me love her character so much more. It reminds me. So you're reading through Fire Force right now, right?
Yep.
Shinra was a character that I immediately fell in love with once they went into that. It's such a simple character thing, but I love it when they do this with characters, when authors do this, where it's like something simple. Like with Shinra, it's like he has trauma around grinning and smiling because he has that like unconscious tick where he smiles when he's nervous, which is a very real thing.
Yeah.
And now people, saw him smiling after his mom died, and they're like, he did it. He's a demon. Kill his ass. You know what I mean? Like,
I love how like parallel to religion that fucking world is, man.
Ooh, I know, dude. Fucking what's that author's name again?
Okubo.
Yeah, dude. Oh my god, that man is
like the hardest core atheist.
I think he's a mod on r/atheist.
God,
we respect
like
him, man.
Like dead ass. He has to be like the amount.
He gets more overt as you go on, my guy. It's so fucking like it's crazy.
I'm right to the point right now where they're kind of reviving him after he got his ass handed to him.
Remind me which part we're
at. Where the dude's got the like surgical going in and pulling the flame out kind of thing.
Oh yes, dude. Yeah, no. There's a part towards the end where Shinra literally says something like, why would you want to worship a god if they're not like, I don't know, good to you? Or I don't remember. There's something, I don't remember the exact line, but there's something like, why would you want to worship like a god that's not cool, or I don't know, something like that.
The author's based.
Oh yeah, 100%. For sure, dude. Yeah. It's cool, and we're seeing that a lot, like this basedness a lot more with these like, younger authors, like, and I feel that with Chainsaw Man too. There's like I'll be honest with you, I didn't think so, and I'm sure people are gonna be like, how did you not think this? I don't know. I didn't think so for a while because I guess my mind is so in the like older manga, but like it started to hit me this chapter. I'm like, oh, this actually might be more than just friendship stuff. Like this actually might become like a ship between like Yuko and our main character Asa here.
Oh yeah, 100%, and I love that because.
Oh, me too, and I ship it hardcore.
Because there's not, regardless of your thoughts on it, audience, like there's not a lot of good Yuri, lesbian love in manga.
How was the one on ice?
No,
how was it? Seriously, I've never watched it. How was it?
Well, first of all, that was all like yaoi.
But it was called Yuri on Ice.
Because of the main character.
That's fucked up. What about Yaoi on Fire? Okay.
It's called Promare.
Oh yeah, you knew I stole that fucking joke.
I saw that tweet and I'm like, yes, it is really. But no, like
I'm sitting here staring at a Leo figure from Promare. He's very gay.
There's not a lot, especially in like more mainstream manga. There's not a lot of Yuri content, and seeing that representation is very important.
I hope that's where this is going. I really do.
And we could be completely wrong and off base on what we're thinking here, at least, because this is honestly like one of the most fucked up authors on the planet. He could have her die right in her fucking arms as they're about to mate.
Hey man, you can do both. You can be pro LGBT and kill all the gays. See, it's not burying the gays if you're killing all the straights too.
No, statistically, he does that.
Oh yeah, I mean, like. And again, this is an author that he's done lesbian stuff before. I mean, Quan was like the most. I think she might literally be the most lesbian character that's ever existed in manga. Your first, honestly, when your introduction page is fucking like 6 women at once.
One of them is like basically surgically held together as a zombie too. Yeah. So
one of them was not moving. Like, one of them was a corpse.
How far into the video are we?
I'm so gay. I'll fuck a dead woman.
Thank you. You took the bullet.
that doesn't work actually with me, a man saying that. I need a woman to say that. I would go get Allie, but she's asleep.
Let's not wake your sleeping girlfriend. That's how you die.
No, well, maybe a little.
You
yes,
might not, but your dick will.
not my dick. Yeah, no. When I beat her in Mario Kart yesterday, she said no sloppy toppy tonight, and I was like, God damn it.
I refuse to play against you in Mario Kart, my guy.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty good. Let's see here. So yeah, we have so back to this fucking flashback. Really good stuff. Like, and that's why I was bringing up the Shinra thing, because it reminds me of, like, you know, Shinra had like multiple instances where grinning gave him trauma, and now we have multiple instances. And I love that Fujimoto tied back to the trip. I didn't think that the tripping and killing Bucky was gonna, like, I thought that was going to be just like the initial, like the starting off point of her character. I didn't think it was going to be so continuously referenced. Bucky seemed like such a shitpost one-off character, but he is really important, you know? And like to go back to this like moment where she tripped and did that, and it's like, no, that was more than just crushing a beloved mascot of the school and getting blood and organs over me and all the students wanting me to die. It was more than just that. It was also reminded me of how I killed my mom. You know, it's like, wow, like really
allegedly in Minecraft killed her mom. She caused her mom to die, definitely, but I don't think she actually killed her.
Okay, wordplay. It's her fault. Her mom's dead. All right. Okay, fine. You're right. I worded it bad. I wasn't trying to imply that she murdered her mom. Yeah, I was in a
Fujimoto production. That's definitely a possibility.
What are you fucking? The FBI is not about to come after random mom murderers. They only care if you want to like Roblox the president.
Oof.
Yeah, if you want to oof. Oh, didn't they change that sound?
Yes, because they stole it from another game.
Lame. Anyway, no, seriously though, like I don't think we got to censor ourselves on that one. Where you really only got to censor yourself if you're planning some sort of espionage coup or like tax fraud
or something January 6th.
Hey yo, when's the leftist January 6th happening, huh?
First we gotta unionize Starbucks.
We'll start at the Starbucks. That's the base of operations. And we go in and we fucking we'll have two fronts. We'll have the like SJW like feminist pussy hat wearing leftists, and they'll be the fucking like they'll be the meat shields, and then the actual like guillotine communist leftists will come in afterwards. It'll be great. I promise FBI I'm memeing. Do you think the left is that organized? They're not. Don't worry.
No, we're too busy trying to survive, my dude.
Well, that's the thing, right? Like random political tangent. The right can agree on like the right will literally agree on everything. It's like, you hate gay people, I hate gay people, and then the left will be like, well, you see, you're bisexual and I'm a pansexual black teen who's homeless, and so you're not actually as LGBT as me. Like that's the thing with leftists. Like, can we just fucking get along, please? Like we got more shit to worry about. All right,
yeah, like securing the elections.
Yeah, there's so many things. Anyway, onward. I take pride in the fact that I like to think that I'm educating y'all audience. Like, you come here for the Chainsaw Man, get a touch of the education. And leave with the knowledge that Republicans are destroying our country, and then move on. All right,
anyway. I'm so glad I don't have to look at the analytics for this channel.
Oh, dude, yeah. I don't care, frankly. I want to foster an audience that agrees with everything I say.
You sound pretty Republican right now.
Well, yeah, but, like, you know, I'm right. Because I'm not a Republican. All right, I don't know where I'm going with this. Shut up, David. Vex. Fuck.
Can we appreciate that she saved the limping cat?
You're making me look bad. Parallels with Denji, by the way. Another reason that they'll probably get along. Dude, I really hope Denji. I'm so curious. Okay, you know, should we get to Denji, or should we go in more in order here?
I think we need to go a little bit more in order for this, because it's 50 fucking pages.
So we have
if we go over, I'm going to be scrolling all day.
Yeah, we have the moment where they're like, you know, the shoe moment, and I like that a lot. And she does the like, I don't really give a fuck. You can see this moment here in page 20 to 21 in the upper left-hand corner. The moment where Yuko realizes she has to kind of bring out the Dom energy because Asa's a touch of a sub.
Yep.
So she's like, oh, okay, I need Dom for her. And you can tell that's moistening the panties of Asa, no doubt.
Oh yeah, she's over here like dripping.
But you know, I don't really care. I mean, because some people really do need that when they're like all down on themselves. Like, don't care, take the fucking shoes.
Yep.
Throw them away if you fucking
trust
want
me. I've had plenty of moments where I need that. Like you definitely have a moment where you're like, I need somebody to tell me what the fuck to do and to shut the fuck up and listen to the advice I'm getting.
And this connection to from that and like what she's learned from Yuko, I really enjoy it because I feel this way too. Like I've always been like somewhat generally I believe that intent matters when you're doing like an action, right? And she says here, you know, I want to be able to live in a way that like if my intentions were good, I don't fucking like guilt trip myself for the rest of my life. Like I've always like with the Bucky moment, I was trying to be good. With my mom dying, even though it was my fault, I was trying to do a good deed, right? And even though they all went bad, I shouldn't guilt trip myself for the rest of my life because it's not like I was being. It'd be different if it was like, ooh, an ice cream cone, and your mom's like, what the fuck are you doing? It's like, oh, I want that ice cream cone, and then she died from that. Like that'd be different, right? But you're saving a fucking cat. It's like it's different. So I like this moment where she's like, you know what? She was probably nervous as fuck to pick her up and run because, you know, the whole, like, I might get her killed harder because I know how I am with my luck, but fuck it. Like, I need to stop overthinking things because I relate to that. I overthink a lot. I just like that moment.
Oh, God,
like,
yes.
I gotta stop overthinking and just fucking do what I perceive to be good. And, you know, I wish life was that simple. Like, you know, the whole, like, hey, my intentions were good. Can't I just be absolved of all crimes? Unfortunately, it's not. But I relate to wishing that life was that simple. You know what I mean? So I related to that. Like, all in all, Asa as a character is phenomenal. And I fucking adore her. Like, Fujimoto is, like, putting on a masterclass of how to very quickly, in, like, 6 chapters or less, just perfectly fucking characterize a new character. Like, I mean, I know more about her than I do about some main characters that I've read like hundreds of chapters. She's incredible, like truly.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like, and that's really his strength. Like, he writes characters, no matter what it is, very, very masterfully. Like, all of his one shots that I've read so far. I know he has like 2 compilation short stories coming out too. They're getting published by Viz. That I really want to get my hands on. I haven't read any of those, obviously. I don't even think there's scanlations of those out yet. But, like, everything that I've read of his, like, his characters are 100% the strength in his writing. Obviously, his stories are great, but, like, I think he knows how to tell a character moment so well. And that's something a lot of this generation of Jump really, in my opinion, isn't very good. You know,
yeah,
like,
I think it's like think Promised Neverland, right? Like that was a very story centric. We've talked about this before. Promised Neverland, the types like Promised Neverland are like story centric, objective centric. We are gonna go do this thing. But there's not a lot of time for characters to just stand around and like have like life moments, right? And I think that's because attention spans are so low these days that authors have this like constant background nagging thought of like, I gotta move on the plot, otherwise people are gonna get bored. Fujimoto, from the beginning, he's always been willing to take 5 chapters in a row to just have characters going to school, going to get some fucking McDonald's, fucking, oh, you want to have half a chapter dedicated to Kobani fucking going and playing DDR with Chainsaw Man? Sure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like that's the kind of shit that makes his story so goddamn engaging. And that's the kind of shit I wish there was more of. My main thing in One Piece so often is like, God, I wish there was a lot more time with them just on the ship chilling. You know,
so that's where I'm at right now with Black Clover. Like, it's the final arc in that, and
we're speeding along with all the plot, right?
there's been 3 chapters in the final arc right now. And so far, you remember how it was reading the 1,000-Year Blood War week to week? Yeah, that's how this feels. Like, every chapter ends on a fucking cliffhanger, and we're speed rushing. There's still a race. I know you don't give a fuck about Black Clover spoilers, so
yeah, go ahead.
We have not been introduced to the dwarfs, for example, which is one of the like deuterogonous race.
Oh.
But here we have the fucking angels being brought in. Because, you know, we had the Devil's last arc. Now we have the Angels. Because it's a lot of religion allegory in there as well. And it feels like we're speed running a final arc while dragging it on again. And we're not developing any characters other than the relationship between the nun and Asta right now.
Will he fuck the nun?
No. She turned him down. Like, and he's like, I knew it. So I'm going to move on now.
I mean, isn't she, like, how much older than him is she?
She was basically his mother figure.
I love that that was like a long stretching like, will she say yes?
I will make Sister Lily fall in love with me.
Because anime character or anime fans don't understand the concept of she's too old for me or she's too young for me. Apparently,
no.
Just like the Smash community.
FBI, open up!
Wow, in Roblox.
No, like, so I get that a lot, and like JJK right now is dragging his dick too, and Fujimoto does not give a single solitary fuck.
Fucking Gojo is still sealed.
Mm-hmm.
Are you like on a for sure? Really? You're telling me Gojo hasn't been in the manga since he got in that fucking cube? Yeah. Did he get sealed again?
It's the same seal.
Oh my god.
They are dragging that plot. I haven't read the last like 3 or 4 chapters of it because I've been letting it build up. But I do the same. I do the same thing with a lot of other series at this point. I don't have time to read everything weekly.
Well, Gojo makes sense. I mean, Gojo is like literally so OP. Did you see? Because have you seen there's a author comment where he said like, "Thank God Gojo's sealed." I mean, like he knows how hard it is to write Gojo. I mean, and he did. Speaking of that, by the way, I'm glad we brought up Gojo because I was talking to you earlier before we started filming this about how much I fucking adore characters that are willing to like let people die or like just like kill a couple people if they have to. Mostly just because that makes such a more interesting character because like then you sit there and you're like, ooh, what are their morals? This is a good.
They fucking have none.
No, yeah. Well, no, this is a really good segue into Denji, right? And the end of this chapter, and we can talk about the fight a bit more later, but like the end of the chapter where Cockroach Devil, which I love by the way, and like again, you think Cockroach, you think something so small, but the fear of cockroaches is so large, so it makes sense.
Especially in low-income communities, like they live in here.
Yeah, and so like him being that huge is fucking hilarious. Fucking huge, man. And this choreography when he flicks him into the building and then he jumps, whoa, boom, like Jesus Christ. I'm just thinking this whole time I'm reading this, I'm like, God, the casualties. This is like some Man of Steel shit. You remember that Superman movie where like just so many people fucking died?
Oh yeah, the shitty Henry Cavill one.
Yeah.
That kind of killed his chances of ever doing another one. But then they shoehorned him into Justice League and
oh yeah. But either way, at the end of this, it's so funny to me. Because like he genuinely like, and I know you're an old school comic book movie guy, so I mean like you remember the original Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movie where Green Goblin, he's like, in one car, the love of your life, Mary Jane, in the other, random New York citizens, who will you choose? Right? Yeah. I just remember like it's literally exactly the same thing. And I'm sitting here like, okay, what's gonna happen? And the cat, dude, that's just
the fucking cat.
We see these close-ups of like the elderly people burning on fire. This like random student bleeding from the nose and mouth, and he's just like, well, there was a cat too, man. There was a third option, and I'm obviously gonna pick that.
Yeah, the only difference is like Spider-Man chose both.
Yeah, and
here like, he chose neither.
There's a cat. Yeah, and because what's interesting is I'm excited to see more into his morals and morality because he's clearly fighting seemingly to protect people, right? So like it's not that he doesn't care at all about people. So the two options are either A, he literally does not care about anyone and he just fights because he wants the clout, right? Like the harem and the bitches and the clout and the money, right? Or B, he does care about the lives of people, but he's kind of in a weird way adopting the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few, a la Makima a bit, right? Where he's like, you know what, like, you know, sure, you're killing like a handful of people over there, but like I'm killing you and saving thousands, so like it outweighs that. I'm kind of hoping that that's what it is because that's more nuanced. I hope that really he thinks of it like, well, it doesn't matter that I let like 5 people die and that when I crashed into the building a couple more 100 people die because when I kill you I'm saving thousands, so you know I'm net positive, you know. That's what I hope I hope that's what he thinks, or that's how he thinks about it.
I honestly think that's where we're going to go with this, and I kind of want to get a couple chapters, and it's Fujimoto, so we're going to get it, at least in some degree. We're going to get a few chapters of him explaining like what he's been doing.
Yes.
For the last, little bit of time.
I hope he's been slutting it up. I think he deserves that.
Oh, 100%. He deserves all the bitches after killing Makima. And Sorry, I'm shaking up some G-subs.
I also hope that his devil powers protects him from any STDs, because I think he's going to need that. I don't think he's smart enough to use condoms.
Have you seen the new TikTok trend? Just tangent here.
I haven't.
So there's a TikTok trend of like where people are dunking on the I'm too big for a condom and they're just fitting it over their whole like arm and their whole fucking leg, and one person put it on like a fucking curtain rod and like
Oh yeah, no, no one's too big for a condom. Those things are crazy.
but like
Now
I think that
I
Denji
understand the
would be
argument.
that.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I think Denji would be like, it's too big for me and my chainsaw dick. Meanwhile, like one of his
What are you
partners is
gonna
well,
do? Make Chainsaw Man pay child support? One, I assume well, actually, I don't know. We still need to find out if he kept his identity secret or not, or if everyone. No, because we do know he did. He did, because like otherwise they'd know exactly where to look, wouldn't they? Because they said, "Ooh, Chainsaw Man goes to school." So yeah, because we were talking about like, I wonder if Kishibe like convinced him to keep it secret. I mean, then how does he get his money and his bitches? I guess he just fucks in chainsaw form. There's so many questions.
does he have a chainsaw dick?
I mean, I think he probably could if he wanted to. Like, you know, you can see in this form, in this final page here. Are you in the final page?
Yeah.
In the final page, his arms are not chainsawed, only his head. So he can clearly control it. So, I mean, if he wanted to have a chainsaw dick, I imagine he could just, like, grunt real hard and a chainsaw would blast through his fucking...
That's insane when you think about, like, I'm trying to look through, like, the choreography here. Like, yeah, he has one shooting out of his feet here.
Yeah.
He has one, like, shooting out of an arm.
Do you remember when he did chainsaw skates in that one fucking fight where he's...
Right. So, like, he can control it. So you would think he could, you know, if he wants that chainsaw dick, he can get that chainsaw dick.
I don't think he's going to want that chainsaw dick because I hate to break it to you, that would kill most women.
I mean, the Hulk reproduced, technically. Come on.
Yeah, but the Hulk isn't... If he wants to fuck, like, Quan in her form, he could probably use the chainsaw dick. But, like, other than that... I'm pretty sure he's probably sticking with the regular dick. But I do like the idea that, like, so he's probably, I want to assume that he's both rich and has a bunch of bitches, which means, you know, I don't know, like, how he'd collect money or if the city pays him to, like, be a protector, but I like the idea of him but, you know, he's keeping his identity secret. So I like the idea of him showing up to the bank to cash his, like, Chainsaw Man checks with the Chainsaw Man head, and it's, like, running and super loud, and they're like, what? And I'm like, I'm sorry, let me turn off the engine.
God, can you imagine? Could you, like, anybody that's worked in retail, we hate those people that come in with like the giant beatbox or the boombox shit, the fucking like I can hear your goddamn AirPods. I could not imagine the chainsaw running while he's trying to cash his goddamn paycheck.
Oh, dude, it'd be so funny, man. Yeah, so I agree. I need to know entirely what Denji's life's like. He also's got a daughter to support, so like, no, don't forget about that. And unless they do the whole, and I hope they don't do this, but a lot of times when there's like demon children in fiction, they do that thing where it's like, oh, they grow way faster, right? Like, oh, man, like, so I hope that it's not one of those things where it's like she's already an adult or she.
Yeah, no, we're having a little bit of that in a Power Rangers comic right now.
Yeah, keep that motherfucker a kid. I'm excited for that dynamic of him being like a father.
Yeah, I agree there. Like, that's the one thing, and I love Ryan Parrott's writing and the Power Ranger comics, but I wish he would have had the alien baby remain an alien baby for a while so they could actually learn like what they're living to protect instead of growing up to like basically a teenager and defending the fucking vault of the fucking Death Ranger.
It's such a fucking cop out. I mean, they even did that in Hunter x Hunter. Like it was a week after like Kite gets reborn as I guess that one kind of made sense because it was like Chimera Ant and it was foreshadowed, but still, it's like come on.
Yeah. Yeah, it was kind of like foreshadowed because they don't know what this alien race actually their life cycle is. They could live to be like 7,000 in our terms, but age rapidly, you know, as infants. But yeah. Whatever.
But yeah, I mean that's pretty much everything. I guess the question is, as for predictions, right? Like, I mean, Asa and Yuko are right there. Are they going to interact with or meet Chainsaw Man, or is this just going to be like, okay, now we know he's in the area, so we can really do some recon now?
I think we'll do a little bit of the recon, and we'll have a little bit of Denji's going on.
Denji's point of view. Switch over to him for a sec.
Yeah, cool. A little bit of like his day-to-day life because we haven't really interacted with him since the final chapter, part 1.
Yeah, since he literally ate a bitch.
Yeah, like
when you literally ate a bitch. Bro, that shit's gonna break the internet when that's animated, bro. Never forget this Chainsaw Man anime coming out is covering the entirety of part 1.
I'm curious, like, now will we get, because Mappa, the president of Mappa is the most based motherfucker.
He seems like he's a Fujimoto stan. He's like, I want to animate all of his shit, everything.
Right. I want Fire Punch, I want Look Back Good by Eri, all of his short stories, all of Chainsaw Man forever. I want to fuck Fujimoto kind of vibes, you know?
Good for him.
And honestly,
Same.
yeah. And he would be the subby wubby.
Ooh, subby wubby. Well, no, Fujimoto's got to be the sub because he's into doms.
Right.
We already know this. Yeah.
Right. Like I'm just saying, like if Fujimoto would be the subby wubby.
But I don't know if he's into dom men. I think it's just a dom woman thing. I think he's pretty clear about that. I hate to break it to you. I don't think Fujimoto. Nothing has told me that Fujimoto is bi. I think he's straight, but like a based straight because he's really into dom women.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah. Tragically, I know. We could ask. I mean, we could send him some. Did you see that the Manga Plus app now has a section where you can send mangaka fan mail?
I'll let you do that on the channel's behalf.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, the editorial department reads through them before sending them to the mangaka. So they specifically said that, like, don't send your troll shit because if it's trolly, we won't send it to him.
I feel bad for the fucking editors.
I
like,
know
what?
Whose job is it to look through that?
It's
shit?
like there's an episode of South Park in the troll arc where Butters had to read all of like the students' fucking like social media messages, and it broke him. As what's going to happen to the editorial staff of Jump.
Oh yeah, it's like I've seen jokes where it's like an AI. We let an AI to just look at the internet, and it came back, and it was like, this is awful. I don't want to exist anymore.
It's quite literally Ultron.
Yeah, we let this motherfucker on the internet for like 2 minutes, and he was like, I gotta wipe this shit out.
Wouldn't you?
Yeah. Oh yeah. He found the dark web, and he was like, oof.
You can buy body parts.
It was fucked up.
But like, you can't get a surgery in America unless you're on a waiting list. What the fuck?
Oh, I forgot one other thing I did want to mention is the devil that they're running from looks like the Typhoon Devil.
It does. It really does.
I'm guessing that's what it is. It has a slightly different design than what I remember, which would check out because that same thing happened with the Bat Devil. I'm sure they die and come back a lot. So yeah.
Yeah. So what are your predictions?
Let me think. Yeah, it's so open ended because I could see them switching to Denji's perspective. I could also see Fujimoto wanting to keep it with Asa and Yoru until they actually meet. Like that could be an interesting narrative device where it's like you were looking at Denji, who was the former main character, from an outsider perspective until they actually meet up. I could see that happening too. I don't know. I don't know if I have a prediction. It really is so fucking open-ended at this point.
Yeah, this chapter is very much one of those open-ended. And since we're going to like a bi-weekly, we should probably explain a few things here. So now we can do look back next week, right?
Yeah. Oh, I mean, it also helps us because our schedule is, we can only film when. Well, actually, David, do you want to reveal that you just? I'm gonna reveal it. Fuck you. David got fucking fired.
Yeah. So I have lots of free time.
That's true. So we can start filming a little earlier now. Yeah.
Yeah. So Vexy Wexy refused to sign the write-up.
I didn't even realize that I called you your old name. I apologize. I'm getting a little better.
Yeah, you are. Refused to sign a write-up for something that was out of their control. So they were let go today. And so I kind of teased it on stream but I didn't know like the full status of like, did I have because I put in my 2 weeks regardless because I already planned on quitting that job. But
yeah,
I didn't know if they give me. I didn't know if they had like me as like a on the 2 week notice or they were just fucking firing my ass.
One of the reasons our reviews would just kind of come out whenever because we had literally the opposite schedule. But now that hopefully whatever his next job is, it's more of like a
either like third
better
shift
schedule for us.
Yeah, either full third shift or first shift job.
Yeah, so either way, for a while now, we will try to get them out on the day of the actual chapter, like the Tuesday afternoons.
Yeah. And then the next thing, you and Thurman filmed a 2-hour One Piece podcast.
Look forward to what did Thurman and Red think about the ending bit of this Wano arc video coming out in the next couple days or so, or probably a day or two after this one comes out. So yeah. Exciting.
Oh yeah, that'll be super fun.
And then we are going to try to do weekly One Piece reviews on this channel as well. We'll see how consistently Thurman and I can do that. But yeah.
Yeah. So look back next week. Probably a skit on the next Chainsaw Man chapter.
Hopefully we want to do one. Yeah.
Yeah, even if it's just remotely because of like life and scheduling, we want to get back to doing those. And then that One Piece podcast in the next couple days after this.
Yes. Peace. Oh, dude, that wasn't nearly funny enough for a piece. Hold on, let me think. I will force it. Okay, smash or pass. the Bat Devil.
Pass.
Smash or pass the Cockroach Devil.
Pass.
Okay, smash or pass. I'm
I
thinking very
will-
hard about if these characters are of age or not. Smash or
I-
pass the cat that Denji saved.
I'm not Shane Dawson, so pass.
Okay, smash or pass the news reporter on the TV of the last page. Looks like a normal human woman to me. I could smash.
You know,
She looks
that
very
one-
normal.
that one smash.
Okay. Smash or pass. I don't know if there's any other characters in this. Oh, there was like a mother that died in the beginning or something, right? That one that was running with them. Oh, smash or pass. Asa's mom. Absolute smash.
Yeah, 100% smash.
I like her mom. She looks nice. All right. That's now we end. Goodbye.